Do you want to wake up feeling like you're stepping into who you're meant to be, into the best possible version of you? What if I told you that the key to your best life, health, and happiness are all around you? You just have to find what works for you. I'm Hope Pedraza, and I believe that there isn't just one way to live a healthy and meaningful life, and that all you need is a little inspiration to make changes that last from the inside out. Each week, I'll be sharing tangible tips and inspirational interviews to help you on your journey. These are the steps to take to improve your life and live with purpose. This is Hopeful and Wholesome. Hey y'all, welcome back to Hopeful and Wholesome. I am talking today all about sleep. If you follow me on social media, you have seen I've made quite a few posts lately about this because, to be honest, I was triggered. This is like out of complete frustration with things that I saw going on social media and just in like the coaching world. And it just really struck a nerve for me. And I just felt compelled to make a statement. So what started it all? And this isn't anything new. Like I've been seeing it for years, but I think it's just compounded and you just see it more and more and more. And I'm not going to lie, I was into it as well, but it's that whole mindset of like, you can sleep when you're dead. You don't need that much sleep, get up early, work late, hustle, work hard, hustle more, work hard, grind, blah, blah, all that. And it's just like this, I hate the word hustle culture because I don't know, it's annoying, but it's basically what it is. And it's just this super hardcore, like masculine energy, right? That's just all about hustling and working harder and doing more. And it's just all about doing, right? And who needs sleep? And I follow this very well-known coach, and he said something about it. He posted something about his sleep and was like, I only need maybe 5 hours of sleep. For those of you getting more, you're wasting your day. How do you, it was ridiculous. And honestly, it was ridiculous. And so that's what struck me to have this conversation online was to teach you the truth, which is not that you only need 5 hours to sleep, because that is completely absurd. And honestly, like for real, it's damaging to your health. And that's really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the importance of sleep and how you can get better sleep and all of that. Because here's the thing, there's a reason that there's an optimal range of sleep, right? When we're talking about sleep and getting optimal sleep, we're talking about quality and we're talking about quantity. And there's a reason that there is an optimal range, right? And that range is 7 to 9 hours. I realize for many of you listening, you're like, there's no way in HE double hockey sticks that I'm getting 9 hours of sleep. And I'm with you there. I don't. It's like, and honestly, I'm so used to, my internal clock wakes me up. And so I very, I don't know, I'll count on one hand the times I've slept for 9 hours. But point is, that 7 hour really is the threshold, right? You want to get at least 7 hours of sleep. And here's why. So much happens to your body when you're sleeping, right? Your body is repairing, it's restoring, your brain is working, it's storing memories, it's storing data, it's like recovering your muscles, your cells, all of that is being rejuvenated and restored overnight. And so when you're not getting that optimal level of sleep, that stuff isn't happening, or it's not happening to its full potential, right? So we're talking about increasing risks of so many things, right? Your cells and your brain aren't able to repair themselves at an optimal level. And so you're increasing your risk of oxidative stress on your body. That means you're going to age faster. It means your immune system is going to suffer. It means that you're increasing your risk of degenerative brain diseases, right? So all of these things, why, doesn't sound, you may not feel it in the moment, right? Because here's the other thing. I hear this a lot too. And actually, when I went on this whole rant on social media about it, I got a couple messages from people saying that, where they're like, well, I don't need that much sleep. My body does great getting just 5 hours of sleep. So, that works for me. Truth is, maybe that works for you right now, but it's going to catch up to you. And I can guarantee that it will catch up to you, because our bodies are so good at adapting, right? We're so good at adapting. Your body will adapt to just about anything. And it's really one of the amazing parts about the human body, right? It's just its ability to adapt. And so that's what happens. Your body adapts to that. And so you feel fine. You feel fine. You can function. You're not, you feel fine. But it's going to catch up to you because, again, like I said, your cells and your brain and your muscles, all those things, they're not having that optimal time to repair and recover and refresh and all of that. So it is going to catch up to you. So while you may feel fine now, years from now, and as you get older, and you get into the years where other things start to slow down, then you're really going to feel the effects of it. And my thing is, why wait until you start feeling symptoms of things to take care of things, right? Like that's really what it comes down to. Is this is kind of the issue with Western society. We wait until we start feeling symptoms to decide to take care of ourselves, right? We're like, oh, I'm fine. I feel fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm healthy. And until you're not, because you've let all this stuff go and you feel fine because your body's adapted. And then it's 5 years later, and all of a sudden you're wondering why you have these random aches and pains, or all of a sudden you have this autoimmune issue that popped up. And well, I was healthy last year at this time. This is what happens. Your body hits a breaking point. There is a point where you tip the scale and your body reacts, because your body is like, okay, I can't function like this anymore. Like, I need you to do something to fix all this stuff you've done over the past 5, 10, 20 years or whatever. So yes, it'll catch up to you. And you might see these coaches and entrepreneurs and thought leaders talking about this amount of sleep, and I don't need all this, but the thing is, it is going to catch up. That's what happens. So my first point in this is to tell you that you do need more than 5 or 6 hours of sleep. That's a fact. You need at least 7 hours of sleep. And for those of you who struggle with, either getting the right amount or the quality, right? Because that's the other thing. It's not really going to do a lot of good if you're going to bed at a decent time, but then you're not sleeping good, right? You're waking up all the time, or you wake up and you can't go back to sleep or whatever it is. So I do have some strategies, some tips here for you as well. So first, just in terms of like getting to sleep, right? It's important to have a good nighttime routine. And I'm talking about time for your body to like slow down and shut down. So that means, you turn off the screens at a certain time. So you're not looking at a phone screen. Put your phone, and you need to do this anyway, whether you have trouble going to sleep or not, but set your phone to go to like nighttime mode at a certain time, so that you have, a couple hours. If you are looking at your phone, you're not looking, it's at that, it changes the light from blue to whatever it is. I don't know what it changes to, but instead of that blue light, you're looking at that dimmed yellow light or something. And so it doesn't trigger your brain the same way, because when you're looking at your blue light on your phone or your iPad or computer screen or whatever, it's telling your brain like, hey, it's still daytime. It's still daylight outside. It's still daytime. I should still be awake. And that's going to make it hard for you to go to sleep. So getting a nighttime routine where you can slow your body down, slow your brain down, preferably turning off screens, about at least an hour before bed. And then just kind of maybe you make your house darker, right? You're turning off lights, you're dimming lights or lamps or whatever, but telling your brain like, hey, it's getting time to wind down now. We need to slow down here. And the other thing is, there are lots of supplements that you can take to help as well. So I'm sure all of y'all have heard of melatonin, and a lot of y'all listening maybe take melatonin, and your body naturally makes melatonin, but if you don't have enough of it, you're going to have a hard time going to sleep. So, and sometimes staying asleep, right? So taking a melatonin supplement at night is helpful. Bonus points if you can find one that's time release, because that's going to help you stay asleep longer as well, rather than just get to sleep. And there's a lot of other really good sleep supplements out there, anything with valerian root or hops, supplements like that, where it's really going to help calm your body down. And there's a lot of good little like combinations of all of these that you can find at, on Amazon, online somewhere, or at your supplement store. But looking for a good supplement that has all this stuff in it that, now, this is a topic for another day, but remember, you probably heard me say this before, when you're looking at supplements, you really do want to read the ingredients. So make sure if you are buying supplements like that, you're looking for No fillers, no artificial ingredients, nothing like that, so that you are getting like the purest form. But those supplements really do work really well. There's some really good ones that you can find. If you have questions on any of the ones that you take, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram or Facebook, and I can give you my opinion on it. But those supplements are super helpful. And you could even do something like chamomile tea, right? Chamomile is super calming. It calms the body, it calms the mind. So drinking a little, a hot cup of chamomile tea before you go to bed is another good way to calm the body down. And then the other supplement I always recommend, and I recommend this to everybody, even if you don't have trouble sleeping, I still recommend it, because the fact is 80 to 85% of us don't get enough magnesium, but magnesium is crucial for sleep. And I will tell you, this is a fact. I have had multiple clients now, almost every single client that I've had, transformed their sleep by taking magnesium at night. I'm not even kidding. I'm not saying that to be dramatic. It's a fact. So if you take a magnesium supplement, you take it at night, it will completely transform your sleep if you have trouble sleeping. I mean, even if you don't have trouble, it might just give you better sleep. It's such a great supplement. And like I said, 80 to 85% of us don't get enough anyway. So I typically recommend almost all of my clients to take a magnesium supplement anyway. And at night, if you can take, anywhere from 400 to 600 milligrams, which sometimes that's more than a lot of supplements offer, but that's really a really good range to get a good amount of it. And that's really going to make a difference. And when you're looking at a magnesium supplement, there are some that can be harsh on some people's stomachs. So try to avoid finding the magnesium citrate. If you can find another version of it, it'll say it on the ingredients or on the label. But if you have stomach issues, I would avoid taking magnesium citrate and find something else. But magnesium really is such a great supplement. Again, reading the label, making sure there's no fillers, artificial stuff in it. I personally like to take a plant-based version because, well, you know why. So if you have questions on the supplements you're taking, feel free to send me a DM and I can give you my opinion on those. But that is my spiel on sleep, y'all. Get you a solid nighttime routine. And I get it, y'all. And I know some of y'all listening are like, I've got kids too. So I get it. And you're like, it's not as easy as just, having this peaceful, serene, nighttime routine. I get it. But there does have to be a shift. Your brain has to recognize that there is a shift from daytime to nighttime, right? So back in the day, before we had, devices and electronics or electricity, period, our bodies, our circadian rhythm was just based on the sun. The sun goes up, we wake up, the sun goes down, we go to sleep. It's not like that anymore, right? We've got lights and screens and TVs and all kinds of stuff. So our brains get confused. So there has to be a shift for your brain to realize, okay, it's time to go to sleep. So whatever that nighttime routine looks like for you, find a way for you to slow down, turn things off, quiet your brain. Maybe you lay in bed and do a meditation before you go to sleep. That's a great way to calm your mind down. Download you one of those meditation apps. My favorite is Insight Timer. If you haven't downloaded that, so many, it's got thousands and thousands and thousands of meditations, but there's some really great nighttime meditations there. Download that, listen to one of those, it'll calm you down. And then check out the supplements, right? Maybe first of all, start with the magnesium supplement if you're already taking it. And then check out some other supplements on Amazon or, at the grocery store, whatever, looking for a good quality sleep supplement with some good stuff in it, like melatonin and valerian root. All of those are really good herbs to help you get to sleep. Vitamins and herbs, because melatonin is not an herb, but valerian root is. So let me know if you have questions on this. If you need more help with your sleep, let me know, because like I said, it's really more about the long-term effects. And something I didn't mention, which I do want to mention, because I've been talking a lot about the thyroid and I've got some other things that I'm working on for the next couple months with some master classes I'm putting out, but there's so many things that your sleep affects that you don't even realize, right? Like it totally affects your thyroid. So your thyroid can totally be affected by your sleep. Your cortisol,
your sex hormones, your adrenals. Like there's so many things. And so when I listen to my clients tell me about all these issues, that's like one of the first things we talk about is their sleep, because again, it can be completely transformational when you're getting the right quality and quantity of sleep. So that's my spiel. Let me know if you have questions on this. If you want to talk more about how you can get better sleep, let me know. I'm happy to help. And I'll see y'all next time.
Thanks for listening to Hopeful and Wholesome, y'all. If you found value in this week's episode, please subscribe on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast and leave a review to let me know what you thought. I'd love to know what you find useful in these episodes so I can know how to provide the most value I can to my listeners. And if you have topics you'd like to know more about, I'd love to hear those as well. So shoot me a message on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. It's @TheHopePedraza, or you can visit my website, hopefulandwholesome.com. Thanks, y'all.